Hey, what's up? Shalom, everyone. It's your brother Danyala, aka the Copper Color Aboriginal. I want to give all honor and praises to Yahweh, the God, the Elohim of my forefathers, the Elohim of Israel, and my Elohim, my God, my power. Also, I want to give recognition to the Holy Spirit, and I want to give recognition to Yahweh Shai. Now, in this video, what I want to talk about is, let me do something real quick. There we go. Sorry, I'm up here. Basically, in this video, what I want to talk about is everything that's going on right now in DC. And let me say this: do not be fooled by what you're seeing on television. This is all a game, and the people who are being played in this game are the average citizen. We're the ones who are being played in this game. Excuse me. We're the ones who are being played, and a lot of us do not realize the game that's being played right now. Now, I'm not saying that I know everything that's going on right now, but I do know that some weird things are happening. And you see my phone, I'm just getting a software update right now. I'm getting a software update on my phone for some reason. I don't know why I'm getting an upgrade right now on my phone, but I can tell you this, that my phone has been acting crazy for the past few days. Also, Facebook has been acting crazy for the past few days. I literally just uninstalled it to see if that would be the issue. But my suspicions, honestly, is that they're hacking everybody's social media. They're hacking everybody's phones. They're paying attention to everybody's social media and phones because of what's going on in DC. I truly believe everything that's going down in DC is staged. And for some reason, I'm still getting updates from... I just uninstalled Facebook. Okay, no, this is through my messenger. Okay, still, it's part of Facebook. What was I saying? I forgot that quick. Oh, yeah. So, basically, all this stuff is staged. I truly believe that everything that we're seeing right now was meant to happen and it was planned. The reason why I say that is because, yesterday when I was seeing people running around taking photo ops, and the guy who had the Viking outfit on, I was like, this has to be fake. This reminds me of something I seen years ago, where people were faking chaos. And this is this thing I'm talking about is these so-called crisis actors. I believe a lot of these people who went down to Capitol Hill, yesterday and been down there for the past few days, I believe that a lot of them are crisis actors. And I believe that a lot of them are bought and paid for. I feel like a lot of the leadership on the left and the right, and I'm not even talking about political leaders. I'm talking about people who are a part of these organizations, these militias. I feel like a lot of them are bought and paid for. And I feel like they are used as the shepherds to steer people in a certain direction. I'm not saying that all those thousands of people that were there... Mind you, let me say this. I noticed this, that when they were showing the whole DC area yesterday, they didn't show the magnitude of the crowd. They kept saying that there were thousands and thousands of people there, but I didn't see thousands of people. I only see a few hundred people who were crowded at the front of the building. I only seen a few hundred people. I didn't see thousands of people. I mean, if there were thousands of people, I would think that they would pan the camera around to where you could see thousands of people there. I've been to DC. I've been to the Million Man March and all that stuff. My family is a part of the Nation of Islam. And I went out there to DC before to, just to see everything that was going on. There were some Israelite camps and groups out there. And I seen thousands of people out there. But from looking at the footage that I seen on the news, it didn't seem like there were thousands of people out there. Yet it seemed like there were hundreds of people out there, and that's just one thing that I noticed. But I feel like there were some people out there who listened to their leadership and was like, yeah, let's go out there and let's protest and stuff like that. I do feel like there's people out there who truly believed in what they were doing, you know. But I feel that a lot of the people on top who are running these organizations, like Alex Jones, for example, I feel like him and his crew are bought and paid for by the quote unquote elite. Um, and the people who are really being played like a fiddle are the people who are the average citizens, the ones who believe in Trump, the ones who believe in Biden. The, those are the ones who are really being played, because those who are in the middle aren't really being played to the extent that these political supporters are. You see what I'm saying? I do believe like the average citizen who are not playing either side of the spectrum are being played because they believe that a lot of these events that they're seeing on television is real, and a lot of them aren't real. Think about it like this: why was it that when people were protesting about, you know, the social injustices that are going on in society, whenever they go to DC, they can't even get to they can't get to most places. They have most places blocked off before then, okay? I literally seen a picture of, I guess it was like a Black Lives Matter protest. And a lot of, see, this is what I want to say about Black Lives Matter. A lot of those protests slash riots or whatever, a lot of those attract a lot of authentic people who really think that they're down there marching for the right thing. And of course it attracts a lot of fake people too, because of course Black Lives Matter is one of those organizations I'm talking about where their leadership is bought and paid for. You see what I'm saying? So I believe the reason why, you know, like for when Black Lives Matter went to DC this year, well, I still consider it this year because according to scripture, the new year is until spring. So when Black Lives Matter went to DC and they had thousands of people there, they had armed guards everywhere. You couldn't even get close to a lot of the significant buildings down in DC. But yet, this event that took place in DC for the past few days, these people were able to get up on Capitol Hill and raid the damn building. The cops literally let the people in. Let them in. Just, they were backing up and just let them in. Now, if these people were ready for Black Lives Matter, why in the hell weren't they ready for this? Mind you, that these people had weeks in advance notice. I knew that this was going to happen for like a week or two now. But you mean to me the FBI and the CIA and all the other alphabet boys did not know anything about this event was going to happen? They didn't understand the magnitude of this event, when this is not the first time that, you know, MAGA, Proud Boys, and all other types of Trump supporters have protest. They didn't think that it was going to be this big to where they were going to need to call in, you know, all the cops they can in the military. That's crazy. That's absolutely unbelievable, and I don't buy it for a second. It's funny because I also seen another picture of basically a guy from The Simpsons wearing a Viking outfit on top of Capitol Hill, protesting. The very exact same thing that we seen yesterday. I mean, I think it's miraculous that we have that Facebook, people on Facebook, average people on Facebook are able to find out who these people are, have the names of these people, yet the FBI doesn't have the name of these people. They don't have the identity of these people, yet these people are taking full-blown pictures with their face showing, everything. And the FBI don't have any charges on these people yet? Does that seem believable to you guys? Does it sound believable to you? It's not. It's fake. All this shit is BS. Everything that's happening right now is BS, and we're the ones being played. The people who believe this crap is real, you're the one being played. A lot of this stuff is fake. It's fake, point blank, period. And we need to start letting people know that this stuff is fake. It's good because I see a lot of people on Facebook, a lot of people who I'm cool with on Facebook who are calling this out as being fake. It's staged. I feel like a lot of these people down there that are, provoking people to destroy stuff and to riot and all that stuff. I feel like a lot of them are crisis actors. A lot of them are bought and paid for. It was the same thing in Ferguson, how they had crisis actors down there trying to have people to raid certain stores. The same thing over the past summer and spring where they were protesting. Black Lives Matter were protesting, and they were literally, people will come dressed strange and out of nowhere telling people, hey, I'll pay you money to throw a brick through this window. I mean, crap like that. This is the type of stuff that happens. It's not the first time that this has happened, but people really believe that these crazed people out here are Trump supporters. Majority of Trump supporters didn't even show up. You know what I'm saying? It's easy if you're a billionaire to pay a few hundred people $1,000 and it won't even hurt your bank at all. It's easy to do that. If you're a billionaire, if you are, let's just use what's his name, Bill Gates for example. If he wanted to get 300 people together, or even 500 people together, and pay them $1,000 for staging that event, that's nothing. That's not even a drop in a bucket to his net worth. You know what I'm saying? So he can easily pay that and have that happen. So what I'm saying is, don't believe everything you see on TV. It's to me, it's all staged and it's very, very obvious, very obvious. You know, um, I watched a little bit of Lil More. Well, actually, I watched the whole thing of Lil Moray's Babylon video, and that was a good video. Basically, he was building off the information that we got from UBTV, and send support to both of those brothers, man, because they do their work. They do their research to put out good material. I really like UB's how he has everything set up. His style, the quality of his films. His stuff is good, man, and he definitely deserves. He definitely deserves support. Financial support, because you could tell he put a lot of time and effort into his videos, and he doesn't charge for it. All he asks is just, hey, even if you want to send $1, that helps. It helps out a lot. So definitely, help them brothers out there pushing out the truth, no matter who they are. If they're putting out work, they're putting out truth, support them brothers, man. Help them out. Also, again, I want to say, me and my wife, we offer a service to where we basically, we assemble bug out bags for people. And I don't want it to get confused that we actually send you a bag stuffed full of items. There's no way we can really do that, because the way we purchase the stuff, we purchase them from various websites, and there's no way that we can have the items sent to us and then pack it and then ship it to you. If we do that, it's going to cost you guys way more. It'll be like if we were to send something like that through, like the people who just rolled past me. I don't know if you saw them, but it was UPS. UPS, when we were starting our bows, we were trying to find different shipping options, and we settled with USPS, because UPS and FedEx, they charge, like, even with our discounts that we have with our jobs, it took like 20% off, and it landed like around $60 for shipping. And we're like, oh no, that's way too expensive. So so if we were to have shipped the bows through UPS and all that stuff and FedEx, it will cost people about like damn near $100, $120 for a bow. We're trying to stay more on the cheaper end when it came to our bows. So just imagine a whole bag stuffed full of items. It will. Okay, I'm just reading the notification that came up, but it will cost a lot of money to have a big old bag shipped through UPS and FedEx and stuff like that. So, I mean, we could have the items sent to us and we could ship it to you guys, but it would just cost more like that. And we're just trying to save you guys money. So basically, what we do is we go through. We purchase all we purchase the bag for you, which you're going to be putting your items in, and we purchase all the items for you, and you basically take those items and you put them in your bag yourself. If we could send the bag stuffed full of items, that would be amazing. But we're not a huge business, so we can't afford to do that. We don't want you guys to take on that financial burden also by paying about like $120 for shipping a bag. I just don't like that idea. But if we can find another method of doing it, we definitely will. You know what I'm saying? So, anyways, what else I want to say? We're selling it. So if you want to get a survival bag, reach out to us on Wilderness Bows. Um, you can also reach out to my wife directly. Her name on Facebook is Angela McClendon. I'm gonna spell her name for you. It's Angela. McClendon is McClendon. So yeah, just hit her up on Facebook. Ask for a survival bag. We have different tiers. We have, sorry, my arm is getting tired of holding this phone. We have a basic bag that, so we have a basic bag that, comes with the basic things that you will need, for, fire making, water filtration, purification, first aid, sleeping bag, tent, things like that that will get you a long way. It comes with blades and, stuff like that. And then we have higher tier bags and bags that are, and we can always put stuff in the bag that you want, like for personal needs and stuff like that. So I know I keep saying stuff like that all the time. Oh man, but anyways, just stay vigilant, guys, because it's getting chaotic out here, and the times are definitely showing that we need to get prepared as a people. We really need to be prepared as a people because I feel that Yahweh is telling us to get ready. We know that Yahweh doesn't operate in the same capacity as he did before. He doesn't talk to us face to face, like how he did our ancestors. I have yet to meet a brother who has actually had a vision or a dream from Yahweh. So basically, what I'm saying is that Yahweh is telling us right now, by the climate that we're in, that things are going to pop off, and that we need to prepare ourselves. Because if not, we're not being obedient to Yahweh. A lot of our people have this Christian mentality that all we have to do is just sit down and have faith in Yahweh and be as the birds, and Yahweh's going to take care of us. They're lacking the understanding that, yes, Yahweh will take care of us, but we have to have faith in Him. And we know that having faith can't just be saying that we have faith alone, but it's through works. If you read the book of James, which is one of Yahushai's disciples, he tells you that faith without works is dead. So you have to put in work. Just like our brothers and sisters that you read about in the book of Acts. Yahweh was happy with our ancestors at that time because they willingly offered themselves up. They offered themselves up to go and do war with our enemies. Sorry, something's flying around. To do war with our enemies and to free themselves out of their captivity so that they can turn back to Yahweh. We have to do the same thing. We can't sit here and think that, just having faith, whatever that is, without action is going to do anything, because that doesn't exist. That's not real. There is no faith if you have no action, if you put in no work. How can you show your faith if you don't put in any work? So I'm showing my faith, and many other brothers and sisters were showing our faith in Yahweh by putting in work, by getting prepared, because we know that He's telling us right now that things are going to get bad. So never listen to a person who tells you that getting prepared or prepping is bad. Just because Esau does it, they're doing it for the wrong reason. We're doing it for the right reason. We're doing it so that we can survive and so that we can get up out of the society and we can turn back to our God. See, because I'm all about bugging out, and I'm talking about off the grid bugging out. There's different types of bugging out you can do. You can bug out, go to a cabin. You can bug out, go to a second home or whatever like that. My plans, and I really think the best plan for our people to do, is to bug out and to go off grid with their bugging out so that they can be away from this wicked society, so they can depend on themselves and Yahweh. They don't have to answer to these people, so That's what I believe in, and that's what I'm prepared for. That's why my whole bug out bag is not only catered to basic survival tools, but I will have like a deluxe of a deluxe bag, because me and my wife also, because we both have our own bags, because our bags easily cost about $1,000. The basic bug out bag that we have is about $350, but it will have everything that you need in it to survive. But my bag has a lot of stuff in it that will make your life out in the wilderness much easier. I have tools in there to actually build a home. Like, I literally have that in my bag, so I can literally build me a log cabin, a log house out in the middle of the wilderness. So those are the things that I have in my bug out bag, along with the basic survival stuff. But that's my plan. My plan is to head out to the wilderness and you know, um, to build a permanent home out there. Out there, because we literally have thousands. I mean, we literally have hundreds of thousands of miles of national forest here in America that no one lives in, no one treks through, and we can easily bug out on those locations. But a lot of our people are afraid to do that. A lot of our people are afraid of change because a lot of people are dependent on this system. And that's the thing. A lot of people don't want to invest in their survival because they're dependent. They're afraid, you know. And if you lose that, say if you lose the system which you depend on, how are you going to take care of yourself? How are you going to take care of your family? You can't do that. Because if you think you're going to rob or raid a local Walmart, Kroger, Big Bear, Publix, whatever, your local Costco or whatever, no, that's not going to happen, because everybody else is going to have that same idea. You don't want to be around a bunch of desperate people, because desperate people are liable to do anything to have their way. So it's smart. I believe that it's smart to be prepared and to have a exit plan. That is the smart thing to do. That's the wise thing to do. But a lot of our people are going to be cut off guard. That's just the fact of the matter. There's going to be a lot of people who are going to be those 5 unwise versions. There's going to be a lot of them. But don't let yourself be one of those people, you know. But yeah, it's a chaotic time, guys, and this is only the beginning. It's bad when people who are not spiritual people, who don't have spiritual discernment of any type, know that it's only going to get worse. That's how you know it's bad, when the average person that's still asleep knows that it's going to get worse. So people, what I'm saying is, get prepped, get ready, man. Not only prep yourself with the physical things you need, but prep yourself spiritually. This is the time to make your relationship with Yahweh stronger, because he's given us a grace period. I truly believe that these past eight months it has been a grace period for us. He let us see a little bit of chaos at the beginning of this year. He allowed us to see a little bit of desperation and a little bit of desolation at the beginning of this year. When it came to a lot of items disappearing from stores, food was flying off the shelves. A lot of people were caught off guard. But within like a month, they started to restock the shelves and stuff like that. But say if that happens again. Say if that happens again, and this time it's permanent, and yet you're not prepared. How are you going to deal with that? If you have no survival tools and you have no survival skills, if you have a terrible relation with Yahweh, how are you going to survive that? You're not. You're going to be hard pressed to make it out of that situation. So what I'm saying is, prepare yourself spiritually and prepare yourself with the physical needs, the physical items you're going to need to make it out of this society and to separate yourself out of this society. I feel like right now Yahweh is telling his people to come out of Babylon. I feel like he's preparing his people to come out of Babylon, whether they want to or not. And you definitely don't want to be one of those desperate people who have been forced out of Babylon, who wasn't ready, So, whew, man. I mean, it's not going to get better from here, guys. It's not going to get better from here. There's a lot of people who are investing, in Bitcoin and cryptocurrency and stuff like that, and they think that they're safe. They're not. They're not. I'm just looking at them like, how foolish. How foolish. This guy thinks that digital money is going to protect him. He thinks that his little digital wallet is going to keep his money from being stolen. Yet he's not the one who engineered that digital wallet. Yet he's not the one who engineered this digital currency. Yet he thinks that no one can steal that money. No one can just magically make that money disappear out of his bank account. You have to be a damn fool to believe that cryptocurrency is going to keep you from destruction. Yeah. There's people out there like that. So I didn't waste my time investing in cryptocurrency because I know it's a waste at the end of the day. It's a waste of time. A waste of time. Same thing with gold. You can make gold valueless. I mean, think about it. If you're starving, say if there's a person who owns, no, if there's a person who has 1,000 pounds of food, right? Let's say he has 1,000 pounds of rice. I'm gonna just use rice for example. And you have a guy, and mind you, we're in desperate times, right? And you have a guy, and he okay, you have a guy with 1,000 pounds of rice, right? And then you have a guy with 1,000 pounds of gold. Who do you think has more power during a time of desperation when there's a famine? The guy with food or the guy with gold? The guy with food does. Why? Because you can't eat gold. You actually can, but it's not going to fill you up and satisfy you like food would. So the guy with food has more power than the guy with gold. So there's people who tell you that, you should also invest in gold too. Well, if you don't own the food stores, how's your gold worth anything? Gold is going to be like nothing if you can't feed yourself. Yeah, you may be like, well, with my gold, I'm going to hire somebody to kill the guy with the food so we can take his food, or hire a mob to go and take his food. But this is the thing, though. At that time, if you got to use your gold to buy food, you're showing that the food is more valuable than your gold. So if the guy with the food decides to hire protection, he, I'm sure if the people that the guy wanted to hire to take out the guy with the food, if the guy with the food was like, hey, instead of killing me, I'll pay you with food instead of gold, because that's what you guys really want at the end of the day, those guys can easily flip over to the guy that has 1,000 tons of food or 1,000 pounds of food. You see what I'm saying? And the guy with the food can easily have the guy with the gold assassinated. Why? Because food is more valuable. So basically, what I'm saying is that at the end of the day, these material things like gold and even these intangible things like cryptocurrency don't mean nothing at the end of the day. Food is way more important because you can't survive off of gold. You can survive off of the things that Yahweh gave us to survive off of. Our body to naturally survive off of, which is food and water. You can't survive off of gold. Even if you were eating gold every day, you couldn't survive off of that alone. So, anyways, guys, I'm up here starting to ramble, which I start to do after a while. So, anyways, I will be talking to you guys later. Just stay strong, pray to the Most High, keep praying, keep fasting, that Yahweh pulls his people up out of this situation because he's definitely working, keep praying because that's what's going to happen. As long as we keep, the will of Yahweh to the best of our ability and we keep praying and fasting, it's going to bring the destruction of the society soon. Big Judah, he made a good point. Ever since we started praying together, a lot of us start praying together. Yahweh has really kicked things into motion. So all we have to do is keep praying, and the fall of the society is gonna come. It's gonna come soon. All right, everyone. That's basically